Alors, salut YouTube, le dialogue a coupé, mais là je suis censé suivre le doudou, je sais pas où d'ailleurs. Il a pété le mur. Ah c'est ça, il sort en pétant les murs. Ok. Ça va frérot? Ah attends, je crois que je sais. Parce que c'est un ranger, du coup il doit avoir un compagnon ou un truc du genre.
My friend, from our brief sharing of skulls, I know you have faced many strange beings.
Oui.
But none like this. Whatever happens, show no fear and stay your hand. Trust in Minsk.
D'accord. Là j'irai en mode oui, bien sûr. Bah ok.
Minsk finds that the less thinking he does, the easier the trusting comes.
Bah écoute, je te suis frérot, hein. Moi y a pas de souci, hein. Oh!
Wait! You gaze into Minsk's soul and see his foul crimes. You smell the stench of evil upon him, pointy claws primed, ready to scratch out his eyes. I am sorry, my friend. I am at the mercy of your faultless justice.
Ouais, c'est ça, à tous les coups, ce sera un... Ah, mais attends! Est-ce qu'il est pas dans Magic, lui? Et il a un petit hamster qui s'appelle Boo ou un truc comme ça. Je crois que c'est ça. Putain, je viens d'avoir un pet de cerveau, là.
Such boundless compassion. You are all heart.
C'est ça, c'est un petit hamster, je crois.
And cute little nose. You are right.
C'est ça, Misk, c'est un planeswalker dans Magic. Bah d'ailleurs, qui est Grul, et ça m'étonne pas du tout, c'est bien le genre de personne. Ouais, c'est ça, c'est Boo.
But it is not a villainous one for the clawing, understand? You, this is Boo. And Boo, meet you.
Salut! Ah, il est trop chou! Salut, moi c'est Soji.
No, it is a hamster. A miniature giant space hamster. Fear not, you will learn the difference in time. Those villains locked Boo away, lest his righteous gaze cause their tadpole to flee in terror. Now we are together again. All will be exactly as... Boo, why do you use such language? Once more, my hamster proves himself my greater half, and makes the path clear when my mind is fuzzier than his tiny bottom. He says we will join with you, and cleanse Baldur's gate.
Bah écoute, oui.
Together.
Allez! Moi je dis oui. Rejoins-moi à mon camp. Je reviendrai te voir bientôt.
For his heroics here today, Boo has earned the most vigorous of back scratchings.
Ah, j'ai eu un message, Minsk approuve. Ah, c'est ça, la grande ménestrelle, du coup, quête accomplie. Bon. Bah, tu sais quoi? Je vais aller chercher mon thé et je vais aller lui parler tout de suite. Ah là là, le bruit du micro-ondes qui s'ouvre. Oh là là. Je vais éviter d'en foutre partout, par contre. Ah, et mon four sonne en même temps. Ben, dis donc, ce timing. Oups là. Ah bah, il est encore là, le Compagnon? Ma foi. Là, il y a Astarion et Gale qui sont toujours en train de lire, d'ailleurs. Salut, vous en pensez quoi de notre nouvelle recrue?
Time and again, Will's plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. Will's father owes him gratitude. I hope for his sake Ravengard is gracious enough to offer it, given how much it cost. Anything I can do for you, consider it most
Will gave up freedom to save his father. I will never understand people like that.
Ouais, ça m'étonne pas que lui pense ça.
I won't lie. The thought hardly fills me with glee. Even with my newfound advantages, he's still an incredibly powerful vampire.
T'en fais pas, frérot. On s'en occupera en temps voulu.
If he does hear I'm back, he'll try to take me and expose himself in the process. Then I'll be able to strike.
Exactement. Alors, aucune de ces réponses ne me convient. Moi, j'avais juste envie de lui dire, bah écoute, frérot, je suis avec toi.
Neither will I.
Ah bah voilà.
Darling. At least I hope you'll come along for the show.
Bah bien sûr.
Regardless, the plan is simple. Find him, stop him from gaining almighty power, and then really enjoy killing him.
Ah bah y a pas de souci, frérot. Hein. Moi.
And if I can seize that almighty power for myself, well, all the better.
Bah j'adore ce plan. Je je roule avec ça. Ah bah Carla, qu'elle est là, dis donc.
Will's given up his soul to Zarya. For a father he fell out with ages ago. There's such a thing as being too good. Someone ought to tell Will Ravengard.
Bah écoute, cocotte, j'ai voulu faire un choix. On m'a mis le couteau sous la gorge en mode soit il sacrifie son père, soit il sacrifie son âme. Et j'ai senti que justement, parce que va savoir pourquoi, c'est moi qui ai dû choisir. Et j'ai senti que ce serait plus le genre de Will de dire fuck mon âme, je veux sauver mon père. Perso, c'était pas un choix facile à faire. C'était un choix atroce qui m'est venu dans une cutscene à un moment où j'avais baissé ma garde. Putain, quelle connasse. Alors, Jaira, elle est là, du coup. On a réussi à sauver ton pote, hein, que t'es contente.
Preening vulture seems intent on haunting our camp. I suppose we shall find out if her kind sleep. And how heavily. Will is a good man. And that is exactly what his devil will use to bind him. In as many ways as she knows how. A man might twist himself into something else just to escape that collar. But I have no such fears for the blade.
C'est bien vrai. T'as quelque chose à dire, Eileen?
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword.
Alors non, toi tu vas juste être en mode ah ma sagesse divine. Alors qu'en vrai, Osef, hein, je vais le dire clairement. Hein.
The devil Mizora has made herself quite at home, hasn't she? Do make her feel as unwelcome as you can.
Ah mais attends, du coup elle reste vraiment dans le camp? Putain, quelle merde! Quelle pétasse! Mais oui, elle est là! Juste à côté de Will. La salope.
It can't have been easy for Will to resign himself to the pact. But I'm glad he chose his father.
Surtout qu'en vrai, on est là pour trouver les parents de son sombre cœur que je chouchoute, hein, donc...
Let's talk.
Alcine. Qu'est-ce que t'en penses, toi, chouchou?
I received a dispatch from the Grove. Life carries on there in our absence, just as nature intended. My chosen
Ah bah c'est cool
successor,
ça.
Francesca, has proven to be a wise choice. Perhaps the wisest I ever made as Archdruid. One grand victory may not be enough to absolve a host of small failures. That is where true leadership lies. Not in winning a single vast battle, but in fighting 1,000 smaller ones. Making 10,000 difficult decisions. Finding balance where none seems possible. Day after day. I was all too eager to surrender my responsibilities towards the Grove. Perhaps I was never meant to be Archdruid. To be a leader.
Je trouve que t'es un peu dur envers toi-même. Si tu voyais la panique qu'il y a eu quand t'étais plus là, ça prouve bien qu'ils estimaient que t'étais un chef digne de ce nom. Donc, mais Boo, je t'interdis de te rabaisser. Franchement, c'est peut-être égoïste et c'est peut-être un peu orienté, mais je suis content que tu sois là.
I can scarcely imagine life without your company now. And of course, I made a promise to help you. One I intend to fulfill. Forgive me. The shadow curse occupied me so entirely and for so long. I almost missed the purpose it gave me. Now I must find a new one.
Alcine, il est là. Bon, en vrai, Minsk, je vais lui parler en dernier. Je vais... Bon, Ombre-Cœur, tu vas prendre un repos bien mérité, ma cocotte.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey. If you're sure, fine.
Je reviendrai te chercher quand on fera ta quête, cocotte.
Let's talk.
Et toi, pareil.
Are you sure? And
Du coup, Minsk... Il est là. Ah bah, il est que niveau 1, du coup. Faut que je monte de niveau.
Circled by devils and their dangling temptations. And still, Will Ravengard chose the righteous path. Will shall not suffer beneath the devil's yoke for long. Mizora thinks herself protected by her paper. But Boo needs no scraps for his bidding. An infernal contract. Sounds nice and cozy, does it not? So dark an alliance sealed with Sentish contracts, cultish vows, and a dragon's shining horde. You think Minsk could forget? You are correct. I have no idea what any of that was about. But we shall simply... Ooh, why do you gnaw at my soft parts? I am trying to... Once again, in smaller words? I see. This truth you seek. Boo believes that Minsk is knowing more than Minsk knows. But it is a difficult thing. There are memories of this time that Minsk does not remember. And Boo suggests that, just as he helps with tricksome itches in awkward places, you must reach what Minsk cannot. The parasite.
Ah, il veut que je fouille sa mémoire.
Whatever truth you seek.
En vrai, ça se tente.
At first, there is nothing. His mind is empty as a still expanse of open country. But then... Your face, the Stone Lord's face, mirrored in bloodied steel. In the heat of burning buildings, you hold your blade high above pale, frightened faces.
No, that is not right. I slew only monsters. The voice said that they were monsters.
A whisper. The Absolute's voice, twisting the petty guild thieves before you into snarling, savage beasts.
Oh.
Feeding on the weak of your city.
The guild. The Stone Lord hunted them, peeled away their rotten ranks one by one to lay bare their corrupt heart. 9 fingers keen. That is what the Absolute bought Black Zentish Steel to do. To kill the Guildmaster.
Oh.
Until Minsk arrives, the battle has not even begun. Whatever strangeness you believe you saw, there is only one simple truth in Minsk's mind. The cult is evil. The guild is evil. And Minsk fights evil. If you cannot believe his words, then watch his doings. We will foil the Zentish plot, and then we will show 9 fingers the 5 fingers of Minsk. Yes? Minsk has forgotten nothing. Once we are done with the undoing of his deeds, then he will speak.
J'ai peur qu'il me demande de tuer la chef de la guilde alors que Jaira avait l'air d'être sa pote.
It is only justice then that we put a boot upon hers.
Allez, viens avec moi, Coco.
Fine lodgings you have found, my friend. Who is already in negotiations with the guardian spirits of this place. In Baldur's Gate, they are likely to be rat-formed and eager to charge rent. But Boo shall secure safe slumber for all. Now, what do you need of Minsk?
Viens avec moi.
Minsk shall be your shadow, as Boo is his.
Ok, donc je vais déposer Jaira, je vais reprendre Alcine. Et en 4e, je vais prendre... Bah sûrement Astarion.
I think you might have made a terrible, terrible mistake.
Quoi, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait?
Chasing rumor halfway around the city and back. Crossing the guild. Wading through filth. Defying the one creature upon whom your very life depends. All for a madman and his rodent. The Absolute threatens thousands. The entire
Mais
coast. And still
tu voulais aussi que je le recrute?
I should berate you. But I can only say thank you. Your reasons were your own. But whether you meant for it or not, your fight.
Putain, meuf, t'es sérieuse?
Both of us. To the very end. Lead the way. We're yours to command. You're sure?
Allez, casse-toi. Putain d'ingrate. Alcine. Bah tiens, allez, au bout, je reprends Astarion. Allez, on va faire une... Ah, quoique, attends.
This city reeks of evil. Or perhaps it just needs to bathe.
Du coup, en sort de rôdeur. Ah bah, il a des sorts de soins aussi. Bah, let's go. Ça, qu'est-ce que c'est? Grêle d'épines. Je sais pas ce que c'est, mais je prends ça. Archerie, défense. Je vais lui acheter un arc, je pense. Ou alors un truc pour jouer avec 2 armes. Ou alors ça. Hmm. Hmm. Jaira, elle a 2 armes, mais lui, il a l'air d'utiliser plus des grosses armes, en fait. Donc, je pense... Vas-y, je vais lui donner un arc. Hop, je prends les... Ah, je peux choisir une spé. Invocation de compagnon, déguisement, embuscade, vision dans le noir. Et l'autre truc, c'est quoi? Chasseur. Bah, tu sais quoi, les... Donc lui, hop, il finit avec vigilant aussi, parce que je l'ai mis à tout le monde dans cette partie.
Have you met my hamster? My boot craves the crunch of unvirtuous nethers.
Minsk has great heart. We shall need the likes of him for the trials to come. Then you'll have me. Lead on.
Minsk just joined our team. This is the best day of my life. What's on your mind? Aces.
Zahira, Boo is trying his best to explain, but I still do not understand your anger.
Do not hide behind your hamster, Ranger. You do not understand because you do not listen. We were the first to discover the cult. And if you had only waited, we might have marshaled our numbers and...
Good does not wait for evil to button up its breeches. When it offers buttocks for the smacking, Minsk and Boo greet cheek with hand.
I would like to see if a lesson has been learned. This mess falls on our heads, Minsk. The city under siege, its people poisoned by the cult. It all might have been avoided if you had just put your feelings aside and listened. My own foolishness does not absolve Minsk of his. You meant well, Minsk. But you exposed the city to harm. You helped the cult spread. And worse, perhaps than any of this, you forced me to leave you behind.
But this is where Minsk falls short of the understanding, Jaheira. What else is a berserker for, if not to charge into danger ahead of his Waclaren?
The Wicklaren, wise women of Rashomon, each bonded to a berserker bodyguard for life. There is no higher title nor deeper bond in all of Rashomon custom.
Wiclaren? Minsk, I am not your witch. You are not my bodyguard. This is not some high lodge of your homeland.
Boo agrees. You're a queer kind of witch. But this city is a queer place. And Minsk, you may have noticed, is sometimes strange himself. The titles matter not. Only this. When Minsk does as Minsk does, and charges in to make a mess, Jaheira does as Jaheira does, and finds a way to save us all anyway.
Oh, I fight alongside fools.
You hear that, Boo? We fight alongside a Waclaren again.
I am your friend, Ranger. I am not your witch. There will be no ointments or healing balms.
Not even for Boo?
I had hoped there might be a greater sense of balance within the city. That its walls might enable sheltering within it to foster community, peace. Yet it is not so. Unnatural steel beings patrol the streets. The printed word sows discontent, and those in need are treated with disdain. Is this truly what progress looks like? Sometimes it is difficult to see exactly what we are fighting to save here. Sometimes it feels like Korga was right. Nature can only survive away from all this. I do. But at times like this, it can feel like an impossible dream. I was harsh on myself before. On my leadership of the Grove, the decisions I made. Perhaps too harsh, considering this place. The city, you mean? With all its noise, smoke, stone, and bustle? I would not be here given the choice, but I promised you my support, and that is what you shall have. Still, though, this place crawls with life, but little of it flourishes. I see refugees unhoused, the destitute unwanted, orphans unloved. The city is like a forest with an overgrown canopy. Light and nourishment cannot penetrate to those who need it the most, and still it draws them in. The safety of numbers, the promise of civilization, the dream of better. All that potential is too often destined to die in the dark and rot in the gutter. I wish there was a better way. I wish everyone could see the sun, have a full belly, and know nature as a friend. There is a balance that is yet to be found. Listen to me, preaching like an initiate in his cups. Yes, I hope so. But we have a battle to win before any of that. Oakfather preserve you. I've been unfair to you, but honestly, you've
transcript of a conversation with Archduke Gortash.
It's so pretty.
One day I'll catch a break.
Easier to don some armor than learn to swing a sword. If you can manage the extra weight, that is. Truth be...
Sword at my side and hamster at hand.
Gather round for the show. Sit down if you're in front.
Look, Mama, look. It's so pretty.
I see it, sweetie. Oh, stand up. You're slouching.
Calm down, Biter. You're louder than the fireworks.
You gonna face me like a man? Or hide away like a child?
Can't give up now.
Would you rather be stabbed in the dark or decapitated?
right on my feet.
Hey, soldier. Sounds bored. Ah.
Why the stunned face? You look like you've seen a devil. I'm a woman of my word. Go to Gortash's secret prison, and I'll help you spring Will's daddy free. Of course, you could always leave him to rot, but that would make Will's sacrifice worthless. And I know you wouldn't want that. Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal power. I've paid my dues many times over. I tell you what, when the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand.
Let's talk. That's the...
Out of my face!
Look, Mama, look! It's so pretty! I see it, sweetie. Stand up. You're slouching.
Oh, Mum, please can we have cake? I did all my chores extra fast. That's just dinner then dessert.
Should you report this to the Gazette?
If common sense passed.
How much did you drink, you idiot, Ducal?
Just a bit. I need to pick up the new Baldur's Mouth. I hope it's about Gortash.
To go back to the counting house. What are you thinking?
The Blushing Mermaid. Not my preferred drinking hole, dear readers. In fact, hole to describe this stuff.
Today, murder at the Thunder's Feet. Head priest killed. Investigator Valeria is on the case. A Gazette a day.
Some of these crates are heavier than I feel good about lifting.
See how my skull shines? It is so you might see the fear in your own eyes.
Survival is all that matters. No holding back. Fleet of foot. Still on my feet. This is my time.
Alors...
Time to push my luck again. This is my time. Still breathing, despite it.
Bon. Maintenant que ça c'est fait, j'imagine qu'il doit y avoir une entrée quelque part. Qu'est-ce que t'as vu? Ah, c'est un truc là. Oh, le sous-sol, ok. Je vais quand même voir ce qu'il y a ailleurs. Pourquoi Misk a sauté sur cette caisse? Oh, un gobelin mort. Un cimetière, c'est nul. Ok, bah tu sais quoi? On va y aller par cette trappe. Bon. Allons-y, messieurs. Attends, mais du coup, ce serait pas la prison où j'avais été enfermé la dernière fois? En vrai, c'est pas impossible. Sauver Grand Corbeau de Gortache. Ok, par là, on dirait que je ressors. Donc, je vais aller par là. Une paroi graisseuse et puante à escalader vers le bas. J'aime bien comment il précise. Bah écoute. Attends, mais comment je suis revenu aux égouts? Pourquoi? Attends, c'est quoi Je suis pas allé du tout dans le bon sens. C'est excellent ça, dis-moi. Mais attends. On est d'accord que... Attends, c'est quoi cette embrouille? Oui, d'accord, donc c'est ça. Donc en fait, il faut que je descende. Ah putain. Ah bah super, avec tout ça, va falloir que j'arrête là. C'est magnifique.
Oi! What's this? You ain't supposed to be down here, mate.
You spot a curious metal contraption in the water. A submersible.
I am here for Duke Ulder Ravengard. Show me the way. The Duke? I mean, if you see him, let him know I'm down for a drink. But he ain't here. Which begs the question, what are you bloody doing down here?
Ok, c'est une putain de blague. Comment j'arrive à avoir 11 alors que... Ah, j'ai un plus 6, ok.
No one tells me anything. Last I heard, Lord Gortash handles this port's inspections personally. Anyway, if you're in charge of the waterways, you've got a lot of work to do. Those humbly servants are making the trip to the Iron Throne damn near deadly. Bloody salt is always flopping around in the water. I've almost hit one or two now. Might have even nicked one off the port bow the other day. Maybe that'll teach them to keep out of the way.
Ok, c'est super, mais du coup, je suis censé faire quoi? Je suis censé vraiment prendre la putain de machine? C'est une option? Attends.
Didn't I tell you to feck off?
C'est une putain de blague.
Get out of my...
Bon, tu sais quoi? Je vais revenir en arrière et je reviendrai ici la prochaine fois. Salut, salut.